On this episode of Ned's Declassified Pod, Devon and I fight like cats and dogs.
No, we make up. No, we resolve it.
Fine, we make up and we talk about the fight we were having. We also talk about love on the spectrum. We talk about, Dev, you went to New York. Dan, you're doing all kinds of stuff always. It's a great episode.
Yeah, stick around for the end of the episode. We have a really heartfelt message from a fan that if you're going through a low point right now, it might resonate with you. Enjoy the episode.
Peace.
In a world full of haters, insane content creators, and the ever soul-crushing hamster wheel of growing up, we are three best friends trying to do the impossible, create a podcast that helps you survive life. I'm Devon.
I'm Lindsey.
And I'm Daniel.
And this is Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. Results may vary.
Hey. Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
I can hear you just fine. Speak.
Wow.
I am very upset with you. Have you guys seen that?
What is that from?
Let us know in the comments if you know that. Welcome back to Ned's Pod, guys.
Hey,
What was that?
Love on the Spectrum, bro. My new favorite show. This dude.
Wait, I've watched all the episodes. Wait. Tell me again what you said.
I am very upset with you.
No, Connor, right? I
Connor.
didn't think that would be the case.
Oh my God.
Love
on the Spectrum.
My other favorite is James. And then they are all brilliant. They are so much more courageous than I could, I don't know. I love them. They're getting it on, getting it in.
Yes,
What am I
laid?
missing?
Okay,
Bro,
so it's
you gotta watch.
Love on the Spectrum is where the autistic community dates. It's really
On
beautiful
reality television.
and amazing. And I just their personalities are so cool. I love watching them. So I get it, Dan. I'm with you.
They're my guys, man. They're my guys. And I just feel like they're so tapped into
That
real
yes.
humanity. It's oh man, they're great. They're genuine.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
They're not putting on masks for social needs. They don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Respect. I mean, respect. Wow.
I can hear you
All
just fine. Speak. I love that. He's my guy, bro.
When James, have you watched the full third season or no?
No, not the full. I've only seen clips.
He's having his birthday party in the backyard, and it's 80 degrees, middle of summer. And his dad just starts a bonfire. He's like, the fire will be great, but it's nowhere near nighttime. And he only gets it to the smoke portion. So there's just these 5 people just sitting, and he's like, is the smoke bothering you? She's like, no. It's incredible.
Dang, I gotta check.
And he's
this
still
out.
trying to make his move while this smoke is billowing into his date's face. It's
oh wow,
fantastic.
No, I gotta see that episode, man. Dude, they're so brutally honest. My mother grew up teaching special education, and it's interesting, because sometimes autism, you don't necessarily have to take different classes because sometimes you are excelling and they need to upgrade you. But
yeah,
I got to meet a lot of interesting people. And my mom, she bless her heart, she would really evaluate some of these students. And, there were these students that would get passed to her and they would reach high school and they're in these remedial courses. And she found out that some of them were destined to be mathematicians, but they just were not getting, the school system was not giving them the proper curation or, being there to be specific about their case. They're just they're not meeting these scores over here. So because they can't socialize, they need to be in this other classroom. So
wow,
it's all
fascinating. Yeah, that's fascinating. Yeah, education is not one size fits all for sure.
No.
Yeah, plenty of geniuses out there not fitting into the standardized test,
Sorry, my other favorite one, my girl, is Danny. Danny has standards that 90% of women could learn from. She is literally this is what I like. This is what I need you to be about. And this is where I am. You don't want to do this? All right, then I got to go. She is ready to drop and run for her chance in this life. I'm so impressed.
That is
so impressed by her.
That is a way to move through dating, ladies.
Dude.
What do you like?
Be clear about what you need. And be clear about walking away when it's not it.
Yeah.
When they can't cut it. That's
Shout
facts,
out,
man.
Danny.
His mom, back to the brutal honesty. His mom was telling him a story about when she met her like new boyfriend or whatever, and she's breaking it down, and she's like, "Oh yeah, it was because I was in love," and he's like, "Or was it because you were tired of being a single mom?" It was brutal, bro, but genuine, and it's like, all
genuine, like,
okay, that is a perspective.
Yeah,
all right,
heck yeah.
We all need some brutal honesty in our lives. What's up?
So guys, we are officially over our first month back into the podcast.
Whoa!
Yeah! Wow!
Yeah. You pulling some Shakira?
Yeah, pretty wild. We out here.
Good time.
That is so crazy. Time flies.
I know, it really does. Yeah, this was like such a big buildup, and now like we're already a month in. I feel like the year is going to go by very quickly.
Man.
Yeah, thanks to everyone who's been tuning in so far. We see you. We love you. We need you.
YouTube comments give me a new profound, like gratitude for social media, because I don't know how we catch the nicest people in there.
I know,
dude. It seems like a nice place. It's not a battleground.
Wait, so you actually ventured? You, Lindsey, usually stay away from the comments because they're terrifying. But you ventured into the YouTube comments?
I ventured deep into the YouTube comments, and I really needed that reflection of feedback for a second, because we are always just, giving our all and everything. So it's nice when people resonate and aren't just criticizing, you know, because criticism is like, okay too, but man, it's just really nice when people see you and see what you're trying to talk about.
Criticism is awful, but it's also necessary.
Constructive criticism is actually it's a great thing, but
from a good source, not from randos. No. I don't need criticism from randos. I'll take criticism from you guys, not from the randos. But I'm really glad you ventured into the comments, Linz, because Daniel and I cruised through them, and I know when you went to Opus Clip and actually watched back some of our podcast episodes, you were feeling some type of way about how you show up in the pod. But I've known there's always people in the comments who really fucking get who you are and fuck with you and resonate with you, and they're in there on every episode, and it's really cool. I never wanted to force those comments on you, but I'm glad you ventured.
You've always shared them real nicely. Yeah,
I'll send a few your way and just be just so you know, not everyone is a hater.
Me and my fellow freaks just resonating over the same stuff.
That's right.
We need more freaks. If you're a freak that resonates, let us know in the comments.
Get on here.
Comment
and resonate.
Freak.
And
freak if you're really feeling it today.
Yeah. Miss you guys. I was in New York last week. That was really fun.
Let's kick off this ruined tubal. What has the last week been like?
I went and shot a short film in New York City, which was fantastic.
That never happens anymore.
It doesn't. Actually, if we want to get in, honestly, this is great. If we want, we could start the round table. This does kind of. Okay. Here's my offering to the roundtable. It's a bit of a roundtable rant, okay? It's a show and tell rant. It's a study hall rant. We're still trying out the names. I still like roundtable because it feels like we're knights. Okay. Here's my rant, and it has a little bit to do with the magic that I experienced in NYC. But life does not go how we think it's gonna go.
Hey.
And that happens again and again and again. We're gonna look to the future at any given point in our lives, and we're gonna try and orient ourselves around, all right, here's what I think is gonna happen, and here's what I think I want, and here's how I'm gonna try and get what I want, and just repeatedly, it is gonna show up as different from that. And our life growing up, I think that's why the 30s hit us so hard, is now you have to look back on the entire decade of your 20s at what didn't go how you thought it was going to go. And I think we all turn 30 and have this major processing to do because of this kind of grander truth that like life didn't go how I thought it was going to go. I thought I was going to be somewhere different. And so our mission to move through this life as adults, listeners out there, I love you, is processing the shame and guilt and internalization that comes up when that happens, right? Life doesn't go how you think it's going to go, and we naturally decide it's because we did something wrong or we're bad or whatever. Like shame comes up. You just, before you can even think it, you've believed it. You're like, oh, it's because of me. I did something wrong. And then you might either beat yourself up or try to control it next time so that it can be what you want it to be. And I'm finding, oh dear God, I'm trying to find that there's some sweet spot between setting intentions, being intentional about your life, working hard at it, and surrendering when it shows up different, and surrendering how it's going to come. So this came up for me with the New York thing, right? Like this short film was just an offer. They knew me, and the script turned out to be something I really resonated with. I like the tone. It's a really dark comedy. Some of you will not be able to laugh at it, but I will. And it was a wonderful experience that I did not, I might have wanted that experience to occur. And when I was out there, I was like, oh, this is kind of exactly what I want my life to look like. But I did nothing direct to lead to it. Does that make sense? Like I didn't force this into being. I didn't even know it was going to come. It just showed up. And so, yeah, I'm just finding this weird madness of growing up is like, we want life to be a certain way, and you do have to have ideals and work towards it, but it will show up different. And then you just gotta shake off the shame and guilt and confusion of it showing up different and keep going forward. So that is my roundtable rant and my offering.
That's nice.
Oh man.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to hear about like that.
You gotta tell us more about New York, though.
Yeah, please tell us.
Tell us more about New York.
It was fantastic, man. Shout out to John and Evan who produced this short film, and wrote and directed it. John, thank you for knowing me. I went out and we made a short film for 3 days, and then my lady met me out there in New York, and then we hung out for like 4 or 5 days to see friends. I have a lot of friends out there that I never go to New York, so it was kind of like really busy. But it was amazing. So the first half of the trip was stacked with like work and focus and that aliveness of creating. The culture on the set was really good. I think all of us like really actually showed up to set and we were like, wait, I kind of believe in this. This is gonna be really good. Because for those of you out there who don't know, I don't know, a short film, it just gets a bad rap because
it's just a short film.
It's just a short film. A short film is a stepping stone to get to your creative dreams always. So you never know what you're going to get on set. You never know the level of professionalism, and everyone was so good. Cinematographer was banging. The crew was amazing. Everything looked great. Felt great. The vision for the actual film, like as soon as they told me the shots they were setting up, I was like, oh, this is going to rip. So I'm like proud of the film, proud of the work I did. And then, man, I just got to vibe in NYC, and damn, New York kind of rips, guys.
I saw you guys met up. Dan,
where
do you come into all of this?
Special guest, Daniel Curtis Lee. I popped over from Jersey. I knew, because we were panicking because we were like, oh, how are we going to shoot the pod? Devon's going to be out of town here. Daniel's going to be out of town in Jersey. Oh, yeah. I didn't realize how close Jersey was to New York. It's like it's the sixth borough.
The bridge. Yeah.
Bro, yeah, it's like right across. So I was going to meet up with some of my friends. Like I was in Jersey for some rougher circumstances. It was a funeral I was attending for a family member. But you
never get kept down, Dan.
I mean, hey, you can't let life keep you down. the night started to fall or whatever. And I was like, I'm going to go pick my spirits up. So I was like, I'll go meet up with some friends out in Jersey City. Actually, some old friends from Mississippi. Shout out Kelsey Rose. I'm going to tell a story here in a bit to you, Lindsey, because Kelsey Rose is like
up.
You 2.0. You definitely came up.
In good ways.
Yeah,
very nice.
But I'm I'm doing the GPS and I'm like, dang, Dev is right across the water, basically. I'm like, let me hit him up and see where he's at. Also I gotta send a shout out to the homie, I believe his name was Kareem. I hope I'm not wrong. I think it was Kareem. But he was the guy who got me my rental car, right? Me, I'm a frugal dude. I'm like, yeah, just give me a half or full size, mid-size sedan, and I'm fine, So I'm at Enterprise picking up the car, and these people are kind of, I'm saying these people, the people behind the desk are looking at me, and I'm like, it looks like they want to ask me something. I'm like, do I got something on face, whatever? And they're like, hey, you got the podcast. You're from Nickelodeon. You're Cookie, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, man, yeah, that's me. I'll just take the mid-size sedan, and I don't want to be seen too much. But but I head out, after
in that mid-size sedan.
in this mid-size sedan, I can't be seen like that. No, I'm talking about. But I get out there to my list of mid-size sedans. You can pick the ones you want, and they're always in these horrible off colors. You can't just get a regular black. It's always this random ruby red or blue, like random stuff. So I'm going to the blue Mazda, and I'm just walking around just to inspect, see if there are any
sponsored by Mazda.
Yeah, sponsored by Mazda. So I'm going to see if there are any dings, on the car or whatever. And then Kareem comes out and he's like checking it out. He's like, "Hey, you all right? Everything's good, right? Everything good?" And I'm like, yeah, man. I'm just checking the car out." And he's like, "Nah, man. Yo, I'm gonna upgrade you. And he points me over to the luxury cars. I'm like, wait, are there cameras around? You trying to spam me right now? No way, bro. And he's like, bro, yeah, pick whichever one you want, man. That one's bad. And he points over to this black A5, like Audi A5. I've always loved this car. It was the first car I ever got. Mine was red back in 2019 when I was making all the mistakes in my life. Yes. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna hop in this Audi A5 and I'm gonna ride around the Northeast coast, man. So that was really
was really cool. Drive a luxury vehicle, dude.
Oh yeah, you just feel good. Oh yeah. So that was dope. And I was like, yo, I got my car. I'm gonna head over to holler at Devon or whatever after this. After the funeral procession and everything. And so it ended up being really cool. And we met. So Dev tells me, hey, I got this cool spot we need to meet up at. And so me and the homie, we head on over. And we get there and it's closed. Like New York parking is terrible. So I had to find this lot and then we walk a bunch of blocks and we get to the spot that Devon said he had reservations at. The place is closed down. I'm like
not closed for the night. Closed.
They're closed. And I'm like, what? He just told me that he had. I'm like, dang, we could have stayed in Jersey. Is this guy pulling a prank on me, whatever? And then I turn around and I see, Devon and his girl walking up, and I'm like,
we were like, surprise. No, surprise. Yeah. Dan had texted like that evening, I was on set, expecting I was just gonna go get dinner and go to bed, and got that text from Daniel. He's like, yo, I'm in Jersey City. Maybe we'll come into the city. I was like, fuck, I got an early morning, but we gotta meet up while we're in New York. Fuck yeah. So man. I look up what's a vibey little spot we can go to in the area, see this really cool Chinese restaurant that has it's massive and it looks so cool, has live music. It looked like such a vibe. And I'm like, boom, made the resi through Google. And then we show up and the entire restaurant doesn't exist. It's all closed.
It was wild. Oh, and you remember the bodyguard, not the bodyguard. What do you call it? The bouncer.
The doorman for the
He kept offering us to go to this. I was about to say nudie bar. What exactly was there? Was it
burlesque? Yeah, burlesque bar.
So he's like, "Oh yeah, they're closed, but come on in here, just check it out." And we kind of arrived at maybe this guy's the one who's been making the reservations and stuff. Like,
yeah, that guy's.
I was just gonna ask, where did that information go?
That guy's keeping that closed restaurant's email alive so that he can slowly pull people into the burlesque spot.
It's wild because you go on the reservations and it's like everything's booked except for this, one time. So it's like, okay, people must like this place.
That's what I was saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
then where did we end up walking to? You guys found a spot.
Yeah, Bar Jew. Yeah, it was great, delicious, like Asian.
It was a Jewish spot. No, I'm joking. It was a. It did have soju, right?
Yeah,
soju. I think that's why they called it that. But it was really cool. They had that like moon on the ambiance in here was.
We had a nice little meal, and then I guess Daniel's friend Kelsey Rose, right?
Yeah.
I guess Daniel and her had a conversation about you, Lindsey.
Oh, yeah.
Earlier in the day, okay? I was unaware.
Never a good sign.
No. Just through talking to Rose, I was like, man, you and Lindsey would get along. You and Lindsey would be friends. And then Daniel goes, Yahtzee! And I was like...
Yeah, we did it simultaneously.
I was like, what the fuck just happened? Because they like looked at each other and Daniel yelled Yahtzee.
High five.
I was like, what is happening?
So before the backstory is before, we had made a bet, or she was like, yo, you're always saying that I remind you of Lindsey. I guarantee Dev's going to say the same thing. My goal is to get him to tell me that I remind him of Lindsey, but I need a code word. I need a code word for when that moment happens. And so it was great. It was Yahtzee. And it is, sure enough, it ended up happening. Yep.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
And this is one of your cousins or your friends, Dan? Who's Kelsey Rose?
Just a homie that I went to high school with. But actually, we grew up like grade school. She lived on the same street as my cousin Kim. Kimmy, my favorite cousin in the whole world. Like, awesome. But yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Kelsey Rose, I appreciate you. Congratulations on succeeding in that mission. And I cannot wait till we can meet in person.
She's going to cry. She didn't care about meeting Devin. She wants to meet Lindsey.
Rarely do people care about that. It's surprising, but rarely.
Yeah, it's crazy. She didn't care at all. And in Daniel and I's whole hang, the only photo I got of us was the photo I was taking of my food. And then he flew back to LA, and I was like, bro, we didn't take a photo. Like, sometimes we're so present that we don't get content, but not even content. I want a photo for like my memories that Daniel and I met up in New York. Not one, except for him and my food.
Not one.
Yeah. So,
wow.
But that was great. Like, that was my first night there. So like kicking off the trip with that, then the short film, then Edge NYC, which I posted that reel of, that like lean off this building.
Wild.
That was crazy. Like, how did you get up there to like what? That doesn't even seem like
big shout out Marco, who runs Edge NYC socials.
Marco,
I just said this looks amazing on Instagram, and he was like, "You want to do this climb?" And I was like, "Oh crap." Honestly, I thought Chelsea was gonna get me out of it. So I just saw there's an observation deck that looks amazing. The view's incredible. I just saw that. I wanted to go up there, and he offered, hey, by the way, no pressure, but do you want to do this? And he sent me a video of that like climb and that lean off the edge. And heights like that scare the fuck out of me. I'm not
say that doesn't even seem like a you activity.
It's not. I like a nice view from high up from safety, but like leaning off the edge, nah, I'm good. But I also like won't say no to a novel experience, not fully.
Right.
I was hoping Chelsea was going to get me out of it. I was like, hey, let me ask my girl. We'll see. Heights aren't really my thing. And I was expecting her to be like, nah, it's not for me either. And then I was going to use her as the scapegoat. She immediately sends back a fuck yeah. And I was like, oh shit. Now I really got to do it. I'm really glad we did. The view is incredible, but my legs were jelly, like out of fear. Like truly, I couldn't feel my legs at a certain point. If you guys see on my Instagram, you can see the video of us like leaning back. He was snapping all the photos that he needed to take, and I was just like, please hurry up. Like, I can't feel my legs and I'm so scared. Like, get the photos. They say, like, you feel it. You're being held by the cable, and then they're like, put your arms out. You'll see in the photo, this is as far as I could physically get my arms to go out. I couldn't.
Man.
Out of fear, my body was frozen. Fight, flight, freeze. I fucking freeze, dude. I was frozen. But glad we did it. And then afterwards, got to sit and look at that view. And like, there were a bunch of cool like Neds fans like working at Edge NYC. So shout out to everyone I met, man. You guys all rock. And I did have a moment where I was like, hey, remind me. Whenever it happens, right? Sometimes you get bitter about life, okay? The thing I talked about, life doesn't go how you think it's going to go. Sometimes you get bitter, like about certain things, it not being what you wanted it to be. And I was like, hey, just remind me whenever I'm being dumb and getting bitter about Neds and what did happen or what didn't happen or where I wanted it to go and where it didn't. Just remind me that like Neds is a constant fucking blessing in my life and that it has only led to like good things and positivity. Like the people I met up there, and the reason we were up there was because they invited me because they like Nets, right? Like, all right, Devin, get a fucking grip. Be grateful for the beautiful life that has continued to expand out of Neds Declassified.
Right. I mean, it really planted a seed in people's hearts. And I saw that you went to another place. Was that the same place, Edge NYC, where all those magazine clippings were?
Oh, that was just a thrift store. How cool was that?
That's my favorite thing.
Dude,
that's
that was,
so cool.
Shout out Rogue Garms. It's a thrift store that was just near our hotel. We just happened to walk in there, and then I was looking around the dressing room, had all these like J14 Tiger Beat magazine clippings.
And you were on one of them, yeah.
And all of a sudden I was seeing like young ass Jamie Lynn and Emma Roberts, and I knew it was from the era that like our shows were first coming out. I was like, oh, that's funny. I was like, I wonder if I'm on any of these walls. And then saw the first Neds. It was the first Neds press poster.
Bro. That thing was great.
That is true fans. Like that is.
Yeah, that's wild.
That is
and
so
it was
awesome.
In a store, like that's cool, man.
Just a cool ass thrift store, man. Shout out Rogue Arms. That was so positive. I was like, oh, that's cool, man.
Your smile is so dopey and great in that photo.
I felt
it's so sweet.
You know, I felt
it's
dopey
just
and
so
great. Like that's 12-year-old me. Here I am.
Did you pick up any good finds?
No fines. My
I feel like New York thrift stores are expensive. Are they expensive? More expensive?
They are. They're incredible, though. I just get overwhelmed by choice, and I'm like, I can't. I also saw Lindsey. You commented Kyle Kaplan. Yeah.
Kaplan is such a blast from the past. Do you know that I have his first headshot? It was one of those ones where I feel like there was a thing on the front and the back. I don't know. Anyway, he ended up drawing a mustache on it for me. I know Kyle from back in 10 Things I Hate About You days. Plus, before that, we would just randomly in that little friend circle.
Totally.
But he has done huge things in his life. He is actually cool now, the way he always wanted to be when he was younger, like all of us. And he's a DJ, right? With the Phantoms.
Kyle Cap, we've known Lindsey, we've all known each other since we were kid actors. I hadn't seen him in probably like 10 years. And he's in a really cool EDM duo called Phantoms with Vinny Pergola, who was also around at that time. Right. But yeah, him and I hadn't seen each other in like 10 years, but we stay up on Instagram. And I saw he was in New York, and he happened to be at a bar like down the street from my hotel. So it was like, yo, we got to meet up. And it was a blast. And he asked about you. He's like, how's Lindsey, dude? I didn't remember he was on 10 Things I Hate About You.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah, it's such a small world, man.
Small world, guys. So yeah, that was a fucking blast. Saw great people, saw Sunset Boulevard the musical. That shit is mind-blowing, you guys. Mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So innovative, using cameras and screens in the stage musical, like just incredible.
What is Sunset Boulevard? Oh, I think I get that one confused with Mulholland Drive.
Yes, Sunset Boulevard, but also a classic 1950s film. You know the line, what is it? I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille.
It's from that.
We all know that line.
Right.
It's from that movie.
Wow.
Drake texted me, actually. Drake Bell, he texted me. He was like, should I see this musical? He was like, that's my favorite movie. I was like, oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes. Go see it. It's fantastic. So yeah, that's my New York trip. It's good to be back.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's awesome. Dan,
it's good to be out here.
What else do you have for the round table?
Oh, for the round table
in your life, you've been here, there, and everywhere, brother.
I mean, yeah, I'm just chilling here. I don't know when this episode is dropping, but I'm gonna be out in
next
Mexico.
week.
Yes. Oh, wait, this is next week's episode. So next
Wednesday.
So April,
I think I'll be in Mexico.
1st.
April 30th. I'm gonna be in Mexico. Yeah, this is gonna be great. So Drake Bell has a performance out there, so I'm going out there with him and his manager. He'll be in Puebla, Mexico, just up north, man. Like I'm serious. These conventions, bro. I'm serious about this stuff, man. And what we want to do is try to bring like a convention down south of the border to Mexico, to where the fans are a little bit underserved as far as American talent. So if you guys are up for it, I'd love to have you down in Mexico one of these days. Oh no, not wait.
Yeah,
next
I'm
week.
like,
You could definitely
I'm like,
pull up, but no, not next week. Once we get some
I'm going to
stuff
show up in
ironed
my
out.
Mazda.
Please, you're going to drive all the way? Oh yeah, the roads are great. No
If there's
potholes.
any extra luggage you need, just throw it in the back of my Mazda.
Turn up. That's great, man. So yeah, headed out there, dude. They've got like Maroon 5 performing at this thing, so like it's a lot of cool acts.
Did y'all see? I'm sorry. Then we're gonna get off Drake Bell. But did y'all see his suit for like his last thing he shot in, where it
He's
like
killing-
has
in
the
the
airplane
orange
on it? And
He's killing that.
I
Yeah,
said
the
he needs a
branded
freaking zoot suit line. He is just the best dressed person ever.
Bro,
yeah,
facts.
no,
man.
that whole aesthetic for Nonstop Flight is
insane.
Yeah,
insane.
it's just all themed and the color coordination, and it's a damn
is.
vibe, Drake.
Yeah.
It's a vibe, brother.
All right, Dan. Well, was that your round
Yeah,
table
was that
offer
your- was that your offering?
but- which I enjoy. I appreciate the invite. I'll be there.
If I call, you'll answer.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Nice. Solid. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up some images. I had these videos prepared, but no. Let's just see what I got here. Okay, there we go. That looks like some dolphins there. All right, so this thing says, dolphins have bromances in which two males pair up for as long as 15 years and help each other hook up with females.
Hell yeah, brother.
That is one of the dopiest things dopiest things that I have ever learned about the animal kingdom.
Right?
Dolphins, you've gone down a peg.
Down a peg,
Dude,
yeah, right?
romances are one of the most special relationships on the face of this earth, Lindsay.
Great.
Get out of here. I'm trying to have some low dive with Carl. Get out.
What are you doing here, wife?
Gosh.
Get out of here.
As an Dolphins only fans feels dirty, murky.
Right. No.
That's just
It is a
friendship.
little murky.
No,
Because
that's
I've
just
also
friendship.
this is friendship, yes, I'm sure, but I've also heard about dolphins going a little bit too far with their human trainers. Anybody know anything about
The
that?
humans letting them?
Well, see, yeah, that human needs to get out of the way, man, because But these
Wait, you
things
mean
are
like one of
intelligent.
their snoots in a butthole?
I think snoot in the butthole type vibes. Yeah, I think these dolphins, they got some kinks out there, man. No, yes.
Wow. I love learning that dolphins have bromances.
I mean, no, yeah, that I thought was cool. Just the fact that it's like 15 years. All right, bro, we're in this thing together. It's not just every man for himself. So
Let's go find our mates, brother.
Every animal is creepy as you don't ever hear women doing that. They're just hanging out, and then
Are
somebody
you
comes by. They're not
kidding me?
going in
Are you-
concentrated pods.
They absolutely are, Lindsay.
I don't believe it. And
Girl-
and this just shows that misogyny is clear in all forms of reporting and in all animal kingdoms, because where is
How is this
the
misogynistic? You think
equidistant female
You
story?
think girls aren't going out in pods? I bet they are. I bet there's
I
girl
wouldn't
pods
know
out
though.
there.
I wouldn't know, would I?
You
See,
can go
they didn't even
research it.
study the ladies. They didn't study the ladies. You're right. I don't like this reporting, but it was by puberty. I don't know how great they are. Anyway,
Puberty.
Okay. So that was just something I wanted to touch on. Let's go to this other one though. This one matters a little bit more because I think
This is Daniel's news. I love this.
It's no, but it's great. I love it.
Hey. All right, next one. Your triggers are yours to manage. It isn't the world's responsibility to tiptoe around you. I feel like I had
Who
to say
told you this recently, Dan?
Well, it just came up. This gentleman, I can't even read his name on here because the thing is too small. But I scroll through TikTok. This is TikTok news. Actually, this is Instagram news. So shout out to both those social media platforms. But triggers, man, I believe triggers have a place, right? And they tell you a lot about maybe something that's taken place in your past. Like when people that are close to you that you love can still send you to that dark place. I think that means that triggers do have weight that we should be aware of and try to utilize, transmute into something that can help us in our day to day. But wearing those triggers on the sleeve, I'm not a big fan of. And I think that this quote here, your triggers are yours to manage. It isn't the world's responsibility to tiptoe around you. I think that is insightful and can help people not use triggers as an excuse to just revert to their like childhood tantrum stage. And in relationships that comes up a lot, like, oh, you triggered me, and so I'm treating you like this. Versus, oh, I'm triggered, and I do need to have a discussion with you about how to, be better and help me navigate this. But it's the tantrums. I'm not with the tantrums. So
is Daniel talking to both of us right now?
Daniel,
Lindsey?
are you talking to both of us, brother?
Did you guys get triggered recently?
This is the most Daniel way of communicating, which is like not at us.
Person.
Yeah, like this general statement that's so directed at the both of us.
Did it resonate with you guys? Well,
Shut the fuck up, Daniel.
I love it.
Shut up, you fucking bitch!
You know how to say so much with quoting just somebody else.
Oh,
and does this mean that you're not still on my side for the feud that went down between Devon and I this week?
Dev, I'm not going to throw you under the bus, man. I got to roll with Lindsey on this one. I got to roll with Lindsey.
You can throw me under the bus.
I've been a victim of my own words before, too. And it sucks having to suffer those consequences. But yeah, you missed the mark just a wee bit.
I really go ahead.
We had a breakdown in communication this last week in Ned's pod, and when
I thought it was over.
Happens, it's a fun time. Look, I show up sometimes in a low mood. And the thing that I have prided myself on is that I can put aside that low mood if it's something that's like going out to the public or, you got to pull it together, minus VidCon. So that, like, I can usually like pull it together. But sometimes for our work sessions, I don't work as hard to put that energy somewhere else. I don't overcompensate as hard. I don't try to find manufactured energy as hard as I do when I'm doing something directly for the public or for money, right? Mm-hmm. So sometimes I can show up to these work sessions just kind of like, I hate life and I wish that I was dead. And that is honestly what goes through my head a lot of the time. Like, what is the point of me even doing or being here? And that has nothing to do with what I'm doing at the time. That's usually just the way I wake up. I suffer with terrible nightmares, like a recurring, and that just, it just puts me in a place. Not that that's not able to be overcome. It just puts me in a place. So I wake up and we're doing this work session and I'm like, sort of like dropped out of the conversation, but I was still there. I was listening, Dev. I heard everything that everybody said, but we got to a point in the conversation where we were talking about something, in the future in the pod, and Dev, there's a possibility that Daniel couldn't be a, part of it for us for those dates. And so I was like, let's do it ourselves, Dev. And Dev said to me, well, Dan, we really need you there. We can't do it without Dan. What if Lindsey shows up in one of her spicy moods? And oh, wow, that activated me, and I was able to turn on you and say, what the fuck? Basically, I felt really, that just hurt me a lot, because I do think it is one of my superpowers to be able to put every personal feeling I'm feeling aside, and I've done that my entire career.
And perform.
But Yeah, and also just show up when people count on me. I don't want to be somebody inconsistent when it really counts. And it is important to me that you guys see me that way. And we have also had other things in the past where it just feels like this same line of question, like this same sentiment comes from people that I'm trying to collaborate and work with. And, you know, it hurts me. It just hurts me. It makes me feel like not a valuable part of the team, that me, even at my base, showing up is not right. It's not good enough. It's not what people want to be around. It's not like you just as a whole with all of the, you know, brain baggage that you come with, you know, you're still a liability. And that's hard to hear because I can, you know, hear some truth in that, but I just need you both to know as like my brothers in arms who I care about what you think and how I show up for you guys so much. I know that work session, I know you were catching onto a vibe of energy that I already had there, Dev. And yeah, I guess I needed to take a second to just honor that reaction in me, you know, before I talked with you again about it. It is a very personal feeling and issue. And I don't know if there was just some PTSD from other times I've heard about it. And
I'm sorry.
I love you. I know that you don't, I know you're not against me. I know you don't, you know, whatever. And I could see later how you were kind of bringing it up as like how it could have been a joke. I just could not understand that in the time. And then I think the other part of it was like, I think hanging up on people is one of the rudest things that you can. No, for real. Like,
Dev is
really
great at hanging up on people.
The rudest things that you can do, and it's like I'm willing to sit in, even if I'm loud during one portion of the conversation. I would never just leave you. Like, I would never leave the conversation, even if it wasn't resolved. What we were able to do, I just don't I feel abandoned, you know, and it feels like rejection as opposed to like, hey, just sit in here and talk to me. This mood's gonna, like, this feeling's gonna go down after I just get this out, but just stay with me while I go through it, you know?
It's really hard when it gets triggered, when what was triggered in you was triggered. It gets really hard because what comes out is like, then gets real personal. And I was already so activated in it. I know hanging up was not great. But it's like, I'm so dysregulated now. Like, this is spiking me past red. I gotta go. I'm already so fucking stressed about what we're working on. And like, it all feels like it's crashing down. And then, there was a 0% success rate in what I brought up. Daniel was like, how did you, Daniel was like, I talked to him after. He's like, how did you think that was going to be received? And I was like, well, it's a genuine concern I was bringing up, but there's a 0% success rate on that.
Bro,
one, so
I was like, you had 0.005% chance of that being productive.
And at that point, once it got so heated, I was like, fuck, I gotta go, because now I'm gonna fight, and I don't want to.
Ooh.
So it was just bad. And I recognized, I was like thinking about it later. I was like even me hanging up. I've only done that twice, by the way. I did it when Daniel got me wildly triggered.
Oh no, that was wrong for that. I was wrong for that.
And again, to your meme, dude. Like, I know hanging up on other people can be a trigger for you, but that is me managing my trigger. That's me going, there is no communication. There's no communication that is going to be effective now because I'm seeing red. Like, I need to go regulate. Like, I can't have I'm beyond effective communication at this point. So
I just think, like, also just if you do need to sign off like that, if I ever needed to sign off like that, and when I do, I'm sure I've hung up on people in the past, like deep in things. But if I ever need to let go of the conversation, I say, I can't do this right now, and I have to go. I have to leave. Right. And I just, even that last acknowledgement of like, hey, I'm about to go. Make a, just telling me like up front, I just, you know, that's just sensitive, you know, territory. It really It really is. Like it sucks. BPD sucks. Not being deeply in your coping mechanisms yet, or not being able to access those effectively, is a daily process. Like, it's not something I go through once in a while. It's not this and that. It's an every day. Something hits me on the inside that makes me tingle like that. And feel bad, feel extra, feel da-da-da-da. And my best friend and roommate, like, thankfully, she has really zoned in, like, methods to help me de-escalate. And I have come to those, but I mean, it's rare now that there is stimuli and a response that there's no time in front of. There was zero time. I literally heard it, and it was like there. It was out of my mouth, like in the middle of the sentence. I realized I'm in the middle of it. And so it is something that I struggle with. And for like all my best efforts, it still rears its head. But it's not personal towards you guys, and I'm there. Like, I'm listening to that conversation, and sometimes, like, I don't know what the best thing for the pod is. Like, we have these conversations sometimes, and I feel so, like, overwhelmed, and I feel like the pod is taking such a different turn than it did have. Like, we used to, like, hang out all the time and, like, make videos and content, and I know that's not where it is now, but it just felt like, you know, we were getting to know each other again in our friendship, and that's just changed. And that's not a bad thing. It's not something we need to pivot back to. It's just, there is so much change in the pod and how we show up for it these days that it's just different for me sometimes. And I have to, like, work myself there. And it sucks because the days we have meetings, it's like the 3 days before that, woke up without a hitch, was okay, was this, that, other. You know, but the waking up sometimes is where it hits me. Middle of the day, sometimes it hits me. It's just, it's just learning to get better at this disease, you know?
Yeah, I know. And that's why I felt so bad, was like, well, that's also why I was actually surprised by, we joke about like 0% success rate on it, but I was surprised by the intensity of your reaction to my question, because it's not unknown. Like, it's not an unknown. I wasn't even fully, I was asking it in a light way, but I wasn't making a joke with the question I was asking. I was asking a genuine thing, which was like, no, sometimes these moods, like, I say that with empathy. I say that understanding you. I say that loving you. Like, sometimes you do show up like that. And all I was trying to get at in that conversation was like, basically, Dan, it's too much for me to think that, like, I'm going to be the only, like, producing mind there and need to host, and what if, but I was thinking about it later. I was like, whenever anything gets highly emotional really quickly, it is a trigger, and it's never a trigger about what's being actually discussed in the moment. That's what I was thinking about later. I was like, you and I can talk about what we were actually talking about in that meeting, and it didn't, even I got triggered. That's why I hung up. I got triggered to a 10, and I was like, what was triggering in me? And it was some deeper past trauma trigger of stress, not feeling supported, feeling attacked when I'm just trying to solve problems, like all of that.
That makes complete sense with the producing mind, because you both are absolutely, you know, produce this podcast from top to bottom, and I understand that there are so many more factors that are in our hands now that you guys sort of have this shorthand about. And usually, and, you know, previously we were showing up as, you know, just hosts. So that makes sense. I understand it.
But yeah, I was feeling particularly overwhelmed at the moment of like there is a lot by having to be, also with the communication breakdown, producer, host, and your friend. Like, it all got jumbled in that meeting, and I just felt like shit. Like, I was just like, that's not, because I realized, like, I thought, what triggered Lindsey so hard? And it's like, like, she feels like I'm saying, it's what you said. I'm like, it's like a deeper thing that, like, I don't see that she does show up for this. Like, fuck, that's not what I mean. But now I need to, like, mend the production and my friend. Like, fuck.
Dude, and then Alyssa was like, Lindsey, he has your back. He loves you. He sees you. He cares about you. And I said, I need to think about that for a little bit.
Dude. Yo, it was so tough.
See, but it's hard. But then you did show up to our work. I appreciate it. Like, because listeners, I was trying to mend with Lindsey personally, and we had a bunch of shit we needed to navigate for the podcast. And I was like, you communicated that so clearly, and I was like, oh God, that's not what I want, but okay. You're like, hey, like personally, I can't deal with you right now, but I'm here for all the professional shit. And I'm like, you know what? You honestly you communicated that not in any type of way other than like, hey, here's what it is. And I was like, all right, I'll take the professional questions, but God damn it, I'm not being okay with you personally while we work. Like,
and that's always going to be like good. I just needed a second to be like,
mad.
Yeah.
And that I think it was like, because I told you, Deb, I was like, it was that cool down period that we didn't allow her to have there. I'm saying but in that moment, like she voiced a honest concern. Like you voiced your concern, definitely, and it offended her, and she has the right to say, "Hey, I don't like what you just said to me."
Definitely,
and then let it cool down. But it was like she's upset with me for saying it. Peace. I'm out of here. And you put on that smug smile like, I'm not going to do this.
You do that fucking smile. I go, oh, you're going to leave now? You go,
yeah. I go, oh, this has reached a level that I'm no longer a part of.
I could literally take your fucking head off with just like, I could literally, I would take us both to the underworld if I could.
I know. I saw red in you and I said,
I said, I was up in that pitch before I even knew what had happened. I said, ooh, it's come out. It's happened.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. My hang up wasn't out of an uninformed.
You are a douchebag, but not one that I don't want to be around. You know what I mean?
Thank you. That I accept. I'm okay with that.
You locked into your peace so quickly, Devin. He's like, oh, I'm not feeling good.
And
back to peace.
Nope.
I wasn't at peace, but I did everything I could to protect it. I said, well, Lindsey is now there. Oh, I can't. I can't. Yeah.
You know what that anger made me do? It made me go and do the task that we had actually slated for ourselves that day, which was like come up with a list of guests that we wanted to be. And I was like, I'm going to show up so hard. I said, Dan, have you seen if Rob can be with us at that one convention that Devin's going to be out of town for? Have you done
this
and that?
You were ready to replace me.
How do we edge
Should we get another third host?
Bruh. All this over Sean Flynn of Zoe 101.
Yeah, fuck you, Sean.
Fuck you, Sean.
But
it's just around scheduling. And honestly, man, I'm fucking learning. I'm learning like stress. I'm noticing like stress is a real one, man. Stress like gets to me and then starts making. That's also why my roundtable share. Stress gets to me and starts making me try and help or control, but it's actually like it's not the right come from. I'm like, I try and correct things out of stress, and really it's like I gotta go get calm and then act. And I'm trying to learn that. Cause I get overwhelmed, I get stressed, and then I'm
trying to learn the same thing.
Yeah.
It just hits me at the beginning of the fucking conversation. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So we're too similar for our own good.
I know. I love you. Sorry about that.
I love you. Yeah, I love you too.
Sweet.
That's also why I didn't want to do a pod without Daniel. I'm like, because I felt it for me too. I'm like, what if I'm stressed? I didn't say it. I scapegoated you a little bit. I put it all on you. But I was also worried about me. I'm like, no, we need you, Dan.
No.
Dan
you
is
balance
the
this fucking ship, man.
I've seen Dan about to lose his shorts, and you would not know that it wasn't just a Sunday stroll for him. Like this man, our live show almost didn't go out on. Like all of your work, all of the assets that you made for our live show almost didn't work right before it happened, and this man was just
I know. Daniel has had not just last week's funeral. Daniel has had like 25 funerals in the last 2 years, and
it's been rough, dude.
I know, and you'll show up to the pod like, hey, and we'll be like, Dan, how are you? And you'll be like, oh yeah, was just at a very important funeral yesterday. Anyway, and we're like, what?
Hey, you gotta keep going. You gotta, we gotta hold up the bloodstained banner. You know,
that's why I need you, because I and Lindsey will spiral into oblivion with emotion.
Man.
You can't leave me, Dan.
You're not going down the shower drain. It's a water slide.
Hey.
It's okay. Yeah, man.
Oh, fuck.
All right, that feels better.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so great to see you guys rekindle because literally you guys were not talking before this episode. And here's the pod again, bringing us
My
together.
favorite thing, I think I need to put a pause on you personally.
Ooh, just hit pause.
Bars. It burns.
Bars.
Lindsey, I was like, I have to respect this, but this
like,
is not what I want. Because I'm also like, I am sensitive to, I'm like, I don't want you to think that I will accept us having a professional relationship without a personal one. I'll throw this fucking pod out if you and I, if all three of us aren't friends. Like, really. I know sometimes it seems like
expression.
I know it sometimes seems like, oh, we have the work to do and so we're hanging out less. I'll throw this shit out if it means like we're not gonna be cool personally. Like genuinely, that's more important.
Yeah.
I'll fucking burn this pot to the ground. Anyway, Lindsey, do you have a round table share?
Well,
Daniel, also, you're a fucking...
Hey,
you're a little ninja with that meme.
No, hey, I swear to God,
like,
that was not targeted to you guys.
You,
I swear that this meme was not targeted to you guys.
Then,
it was me being passive aggressive to my girlfriend. But if the shoe fits, wear it. I'm just joking, babe. I love you.
And a shoe just comes from off screen.
Chocolate. Good Lord.
Oh my God, that is so funny, Daniel.
Man. I guess my only thing for the roundtable is just like a quick question. Then I would like love to jump to our voices.
Devin, why are you such a douchebag? Well,
I mean, I'm never going to get the clear answer to that. But hey, so when you're like talking online with somebody, what do you have to do to get them to ask you a question about yourself?
Oof.
No, I mean,
are you having a lot of DMs with no questions in interest?
I'm having a conversation right now. This man sent me a 2-minute and 33-second voice note, and he was talking at me. Like, there was no talking to me. It was literally answering this one question I had. But was there a question at the end for me? Was there an and you?
A follow-up?
Oh.
There was a 1-minute and 28-second voice note. Was there anything about who you're talking to, or is this sort of a log you're keeping for your own posterity?
Narcissist.
Like, I'm actually like shocked, and I'm like, I wonder if this is just the pool of people that you're around, but I'm just like, do you think that I'm a big enough star that I never want to talk about it? Or do you have any idea what I want to do for a living? Do you know who the fuck I am? Do you give a shit? Like, I just don't understand that. My bread and butter, I love getting to know people. But I mean, I've been having this conversation for a minute and it's like, oh my gosh, dude, you exist. I don't know what else to say.
If you're, I mean, I would say just drop it. But if you're interested or attracted enough, you got to try and meet in person once, maybe in a low stakes situation.
And this is the other thing. This is the other thing. I am fucking talking to you online and we're doing this. Can anybody ask me for my number? Or do I have to be the one to say it all the time? Just ask me for my number. I would give it to you if you asked. But if you not ask, I'm not going to fucking be like, here is everything on a silver platter. Like, ask me for my number. Ask me for my number. Yeah. I'm not going to be the one to ask out. I know that's like a weird thing, but that's actually a line, and that's like a big line in the sand for me. It's like, you need to ask me. I have absolutely given you the green light. There is no more, green flags that I could like throw up to show you that it'll be a yes. I don't understand it, and it makes me honestly feel like I'm going to like find somebody in my 40s or something, because this is crazy. I think people, like especially dudes, are in this place where they're like, what is my life going to be if I'm not successful or this or that, or you know what I mean? And they can have kids so much later. I just feel like this is the last ego stakeout for like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it's not interesting. And I just want to say, if there are any guys out there, like, for as strong as women are, they still want to be catered to. So just ask her out or ask for her number. There is a non-creepy way to do everything. Women are not saying, I don't want to be asked out. Women are not saying XYZ. Just do it
yeah,
in a normal way, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of confused men out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. But that's honest. I mean, and that's honest feedback, fellas. Like if you're out there lonely, maybe you gotta ask for them digits.
And also, I feel like on the apps or if you're meeting online, like you just need to see if there's a little bit of text banter, and then fucking set a date to meet up. Because like I don't know, I don't know who anyone. I can't know who they are even through voice message. Like. You got to see what the vibe is in person. So it's like, just see if there's enough interest back and forth pretty quick. I don't need much before it's like, hey, let's meet up. Let's go do something. And you could do low stakes. I don't know. I've heard some women don't like they're like coffee date. That's fucking bullshit. I disagree. I
completely disagree.
That's what I'm saying. Like it can be low stakes. It can be like, hey, let's just meet up and talk for this first one. See if we get along, and then we can have a different date.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't know, Linz, but
yeah,
maybe you just gotta throw them duds out,
Yeah. Goodbye.
She's saying you men out there are weak.
I wonder if he listens to the pod.
All right.
I hope he does.
If his response to listening to the pod is defending himself, then you gotta run away. The only response to listening to this, if you're this guy, is, hey, what's your number? I'd like to take you out.
There you go.
That's the only response.
That's it.
Dude,
no defense. Shut the fuck up.
I gotta say, I know so many homies. Like this was even me growing up. I think it's worse now. The new like kind of generations that have grown up with the iPads in their hands too. I don't know how young the guys are you're talking to, but so a lot of
how old
homies
are
will
they?
just
How old is he?
sit there
She's like, he's 19.
19-year-olds. Like, oh,
They're our age, babe.
they don't even use phone numbers anymore. Do the younger generations use phone numbers? No, but yeah, no. I remember homies that would just, and even I feel like I had a phase in my own life. This had to have been early high school where you're just trying to gloat and look cool, like just like the birds that try to do whatever their little mating call thing is. Well, I guess they're not calling though. But you're just trying to pump up your chest and pump up your personality. And you think it's like, if she just thinks I'm the coolest, then something's gonna happen. But you can't just keep talking about yourself, guys. You have to interact with this other person in front of you. You being cool is not gonna do it.
Dude, early dating is so easy, guys. Just be curious about the new person in front of you. There's a million questions to ask. You just have to actually care. It's also easy. You don't have to speak that much. You just ask.
And if you don't
all good.
Just parrot the questions I've asked you back to me.
That's how conversation goes. Hey, here's my answer.
I think he thinks he's on an interview for a summer job. I don't know.
He might be.
I'm going to put you to work, brother. You know what I mean? Wow. I don't get it, but it's really interesting, and I am learning, like, it is a big deal to me to be asked out. It is a big deal to me to feel like, I'm magnetizing that interaction, and that's sort of, what's going on. I'm super, like, old school like that, and I don't want it if it isn't that. So, I don't know, man. Yeah. So anyway, just wanted to know your guys' thoughts.
I think it's rough out there. I think it's rough out there.
Slim pickings.
Yeah.
Slim pickings indeed.
Yeah, I think it's hard navigating all of it. Guys, girl, it's a mess. Everyone should follow Sabrina Zohar. She's the shit, dude.
Oh yeah.
I need to go back.
Our friend Sabrina, yeah, dude, she's just all about just like early dating. Ladies, here's the standard. Be direct. Don't take it personal. Just be your standard or whatever. Like she rips. I love her messaging.
Yeah,
Lindsey, would you do like a blind date thing? Well, it wouldn't be blind for the people. So maybe we can make it a blind date. No, I don't think it could be blind, but just set you up on some dates. We film the crap. Like,
yes,
see which guys you hit it off with.
Oh, let's just call fucking poppies. They'll set up with fucking 9 studs with their booty cheeks
poppies
out.
Literally scrape the bottom of the barrel. These men literally like look at a girl's shoes and count her out. So no, I'm not going on one of their blind dating things.
Not on poppies. All right, so.
You could be the one looking at the shoes to count them out.
Like.
Hey.
You could pass the judgment.
Wait a minute.
The men you would get to judge and choose.
Like even James on Love on the Spectrum is going speed dating. Do you know what I mean? Like,
so
let's do it. I asked my friend Alyssa, she's like, she knows, like, you have to be Jewish to go into where she knows, you know what I mean? Jewish speed dating. And I'm not. And so you know me, I'm not a great outside the box thinker.
No, we got to get you back on
whatever
a set.
you got.
That's where you picked up all your romance.
I know.
You'd have it like that on a set.
Yeah.
Crew member with tattoos.
All you need, Lindsey, all you need is for us to take this bromance further. And Devon and I, you be in our pod, and we'll go out and we'll search for a mate for you. Okay?
So sweet. Will you guys take me out and help me?
Yeah.
Yes.
In your pod.
Send us some spots that we can go with Lindsey. If you're in California, that we can
please.
go and find Lindsey, the man of her dreams. Okay. Let us
by
know
the
in
way,
the comments.
Beautiful listeners, I don't think I don't know that I need to, but I want them to be in on this joke.
Yeah.
There's a voice Lindsey does. This voice here.
It's this
Oh,
voice.
yeah. This voice. Okay, this is a joke that we just started riffing on in person, just us as homies, and I love that it like won't stop. This is Lindsey, like alter ego, former child star, worst version of herself, cigarette smoking, just like, yeah, I'm going to Mallorca this weekend with Bella Thorne. Just like, it's just this alternate reality Lindsey. It's the best.
It absolutely is. And you know that this is not an alternate. This is a future version of...
No, guys, a future version. I can't do the pod this week. I'm in Vegas. I'm getting a treatment for my throat. Kim K's DJ. I gotta be there.
And I don't know how Bella Thorne became my favorite, my best friend in this scenario, but it's incredible. Bella, if you want to come on the pod,
We gotta
get
get
over
on
here.
the pod.
Yeah, in this alternate reality, you are Lindsey's best friend.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, let's listen to some fan voices.
Let's do it.
Fans at home, if you don't know, you can submit your voice to the DMs of the Neds Declassified pod on Instagram. That's currently where we're accepting voice submissions. Maybe at some point we'll have like a call-in line or a website where it's organized, but right now it's just Instagram DMs. So find us on there, or find us on Patreon. Okay. All right. Let's hear some little voices here. What's up, Sam? Let's find out. Oh, wait. How do I start it at the beginning? They're in the middle because I was listening. Hold on.
You just drag it back.
Why isn't that easier to...
You know, for all Instagram and Mark Zuckerberg do, it's still a
You know
mess.
what I also think that you should be able to do? Oh, wait, no, that wouldn't really matter.
All right.
Like,
Okay,
go.
Here's a Sam.
Lindsey, Daniel, hey, we're on a podcast.
Yeah.
This is Sam from Visalia, California. Huge fan of the pod, and I could proudly say I've listened to every episode during my drive to work. My question for you guys today is, what is your comfort food? This could be a home-cooked meal or from your favorite restaurant. I love food, and any recommendations would be appreciated. Thanks, guys, and good luck on this new journey you guys have going on. See ya.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
I know.
Sorry,
so
what was his
sweeties.
name?
Sam.
Sam. Sammy Sam.
Ooh,
Comfort food.
Comfort food.
Comfort. I got mine, and it is a country fried steak. That's my favorite. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
When you're like
yes.
feeling some type of way, you're like, I need a
When I'm
country
feeling
fried
some way,
steak.
because I'm a guy who doesn't like gravy, but a country fried steak, I'm like, you can lather a little bit on top of that beautifully crusted steak. It's like fried chicken, but it's steak. And it's delicious.
Nice.
So if you've never had
sick.
country fried
Nice.
steak, you deserve to have yourself a slice. I don't even know if they come in slices, but they're delicious. You need to get you some.
Slice of that steak.
Yeah. I'm a chicken pad thai.
Oh,
For comfort?
Hell yeah.
Oh.
If I'm feeling some type of way, just calling my local Thai spot. Chicken
Local
pad Thai,
dealer?
baby. Yeah.
nice.
Fruit roll-ups, Doritos, and fruit roll-ups, Doritos, fruit by the foot, like things like that. Things that in my sleeping stupor that I could like stumble up the stairs and grab from my pantry and just like eat slowly throughout the night. I keep a bunch of snacks by my bed. It's absolutely fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
My roommate has given up. She's the cleanest person ever. She makes sure everything, like, she's given up on my room. And it's just like, sometimes I'll wake up with just wanting a little something, and that to me I find most comforting is my snacks in the night.
I was reading that at night our prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for willpower and decision making, by the evening time is tired, which is why it's like easier to fall for an addiction or a whatever, because we're just like we're tired at the end of the night. Literally, your brain is tired of exerting long-term willpower decisions. So that makes sense with you and your fucking night snacks. You wait until after midnight when your brain's just like, I have chosen, I fought my BPD and my addictions all day.
I need some rest.
I'm fucking snacking.
I haven't put myself to bed. If you would just go to bed by midnight, maybe it wouldn't. But honestly, sometimes when I wake up, I have the energy to bring myself up to this pantry and just, it'll be 6 a.m. and I'm like, lemon cookies. That's what happened last night.
The midnight
Dude, I love
so
that
funny.
you brought up fruit by the foot. Also, fruit roll-ups, fruit by the foot. I hear there are some people out there that can do some amazing stuff with some fruit roll-ups. But
Kids
fruit by the foot.
Porn.
Oh, is that what I'm talking about? Kinda, yes.
I don't know,
but
it feels like it.
I've heard people have some tactics with those things, so that's great. You can definitely catch a date with some fruit by the foot. But I've always wondered, and actually this kind of just came up, and now I wonder about it. Fruit by the foot. What do they call it in places that use a different that use the metric system?
No, no.
Fruit by the meter?
the yard.
Eater by the meter?
Oh yeah, that's not metric. Fruit by the meter.
You know? So what do they call it? Just like it's fruit tape at that point. It's like
fruit tape. I think they just skip foot altogether.
Just fruit tape.
Tape fruta.
Right, there you go. Hey.
What is tape in Espanol, Dan?
Yo no sé como decir tape en español.
¿Cómo se dice tape en español?
We could look it up. I think it's like cinta or something like that. I don't even want to look it up. We got one more. Yeah, let's hear the next voice. Let's hear it.
We got more. Fran.
Devon, Lindsey, and Daniel, hello. My name is Fran Simpson, and I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I wanted to come on here and just let you know my appreciation for you guys. You guys have beautiful conversations that just make you think. It made me want to go back to therapy, and I have been.
Yes.
4 months. Fantastic. So it's really hard, and it sucks, but it is helping me heal.
Fuck yeah, Fran.
So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for coming back. I have been listening to Ned's pod. Not since the beginning. I was a year late, but I started listening to every single episode, and I caught up the week before you guys came back. So that was a beautiful thing that happened. So again, thank you for coming back. You guys are awesome, and have a good one. Bye.
That's
Fran,
you rock.
Just filled my cup up so much. I absolutely love hearing that. A lot of the time we're just like, what the fuck are we doing over here? Like, does it reach anybody? Does anybody like, and you're just, it's people like Fran where you're like, it's resonating. And even if it just resonated with Fran, dang, that's enough. That is so wonderful. I'm so grateful for you and your journey. It's really hard to motivate yourself to go back to your healing journey. So it's really an honor to be like a catalyst for that. And made me really joyful. Thank you, Fran.
Yeah, thanks, Fran. Thanks for sending a message. Thanks for sending repeated messages. She sent like a super long one and then like another one. I know you were overthinking it. You landed on it, dude. You hit it.
Nice.
And yeah, it means so much to hear your voice and know that like what we're doing is resonating. Just thanks, man. And keep going on therapy. Like you said, it's uncomfortable, but it's creating progress. It's creating like what you want.
Yeah.
So,
You're working towards that self you're aiming at, man. I'm proud of you. Yeah. And I was right. Cinta significa
baby.
Tape in español. Bam! I know my stuff a little bit.
Yeah, you do, Dan.
That's great.
Fran
man.
also had the perfect timeline for us, which is like a year late. Got to listen through our entire hiatus, 6 months. Basically weren't there, and now we're back. It's like we never were off for 6 months.
Wow,
that's nice. Got another one. This is
we got more.
This is a loaded one.
Hey Dev, hey Dan, hey Lindsey. My name is Jordan. I'm a big fan of the show, big fan of the pod. I've been watching you guys since I was a kid. And it's crazy that I even get this opportunity to talk to you. But I was wondering if I can get some advice. I've been going through a lot recently, and I'm at this current state of feeling hopeless. And I was wondering if you had any advice or any tips on how to maneuver upward after hitting rock bottom. You know, how to keep your head up and focus on the goal that you've set when it feels like the world is against you. Love you guys.
Jordan, dude.
Oh, Jordan.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being brave enough to submit that and just be real about where you're at, man. I just want to tell you, in the last, 8 years of my life, I have hit too many times where I truly felt hopeless, like despair, like just I could not see it getting better. I could not see a way forward. And I just want to remind you that the most important thing is there's a lot of ways to navigate it, and we might give you some tips here and some advice on it. The most important thing is just that you do, just that you keep going. Time will keep moving. Like just take care of yourself. Like even if you need to let go of your goals and the pressure of that and the scope of the future, and all you do is feed yourself and you get water and you go take walks and you look at the sky for a time, even if that's all you got to do is limit your scope to just like, hey, can I feed myself? Like, can I brush my teeth? Like, the most important thing, man, is just that you keep going, because I fucking promise you life will open up again. I fucking promise you. I wish I could jump into your mind and heart so you know what I know, which is, man, there's been so many times where I was just like, oh, life's just going to suck forever now. Like, I'm going to feel like this, and all the things that I thought were possible when I was younger, it's all gone, and it's never going to open up again. And somehow, man, if you just stay in it, something will happen in you or outside of you, and life will start to expand again. It just will. It just fucking does. It's the cycles of life, and it's really fucking hard. So I'm sorry you're going through one of those low rock bottoms right now, but please fucking keep going, man. Please keep going.
Absolutely.
Very well said, Dev. I completely agree. I too have felt so many seasons of hopelessness in my life. One of the most profound was when I moved to Arizona after, creating my life out here for 15 years. And not having any idea what was going to happen next or where I was going to be. I was so mentally California. There are so many little factors that happen in there, but because I didn't give up, because I stayed in it, because, I just kept moving through every day, I got to the end of the 2 years. And even now, I can't think back to how that was even possible, but it's simplify and just know time is a very healing force.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you have to sort of cycle out what you're supposed to be learning from this, and if it's uncomfortable for a while. Things aren't supposed to just come and go. Seasons can be on you for a minute, and by the end of it, you'll know why you were there. But just have faith in the process, man. You're still here, and honor each day and honor yourself by just being here. Make it simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so well said, guys. And yeah, I just want to send you love, man. I don't know how old you are. So I know when I was younger and I was first kind of seeing that certain goals that I had or that this life that I imagined, it was my first time kind of realizing that, life happens the way it's intended to, not specifically the way I plan it. I was like experiencing so much like cognitive dissonance for the first time as a younger guy. Now I just got to tell you, brother, those peaks and troughs are just a part of the game. When you're in that trough, when you're in that low point, be aware that that peak is going to come, especially if you've been able to set out some type of structure or set of plans, and plan simple things to like set simple goals. Cause sometimes we have this big, amazing goal and that it's like, I'm hoping for just that, but it seems so far away. So you use the term hopeless. You're going to feel hopeless because that's a goal that almost feels insurmountable. But if you can set these simple goals adjacent to it and just keep your head on your own paper, don't look left, don't look right at what other people are doing. And, it looks like they have so much. You'll end up hoping for what others have. Like just keep your eyes on your goal. And set of goals. Give yourself a set of them because life is going to unfold the way it's supposed to, not always the way you set it out. It's okay to set those targets, but give yourself enough targets to where if you maybe miss one, it's like, I still hit that one. Okay, cool. And now I'm invited to a new pathway that has opened up to me versus it being this, whole thing that I just set out and it has to go exactly like this. Give yourself time to breathe and just enjoy those momentary successes. Like Dev was just saying, okay, you're able to breathe, oxygen, take a nice walk. Those things matter. Those are the biggest wins in life, believe it or not. So just make sure you have gratitude for those things and change your environment as much as you can. Hopelessness for me is when my environment is like reminding me that, I want to be out of this. So if you can, we can't always change our environments, but if you can, give yourself some new avenues and be accepting of the avenues that may open up for you. You got this thing, man.
Yeah, absolutely, Jordan.
It's so real, dude. It was so hard. That thing you just said, Dan, it was so hard when I was feeling like really hopeless about kind of my life, my future, these things, and I couldn't change my environment. Like part of what was reflecting back to me was like my fucking apartment that on one hand I am grateful for and I should be grateful for. It's my shelter and it's a comfortable home and blah 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 blah. But it was like this reflection of how my life hasn't moved forward in any way, and then that got really spirally downward. And my old car and like these things that again are blessings and privileges when I'm in my like baseline grounded mind, but when I'm spiraling, like they were this reflection and I couldn't change them. And then I was going to that fucking job and it was just like, I can't change these things. I'm losing it. And yeah, it gets real tricky when it's hard to change your environment, but you do have to change something in your environment then. And just try and find a way to also include in your goals, Jordan, that no matter what happens with them, you're taking care of you and you're trying to be kind in the way that you speak about yourself internally and those things, man. I'm trying to include that because, man, I will fucking beat myself up when my goals when they feel insurmountable. Like, I beat myself up. I fucking go, Devin, it's your fault. Like, you suck. And yeah, it's just about like, I want these things, but also I want to like be here. So... Love you, man.
And
keep
goals
going.
are so secondary to the primary project of your life.
Day-to-day
That's
life.
what I think we don't acknowledge a lot is that you can have all of these goals and you hear these people who are like, I worked myself to death. I might have achieved these goals and how could I enjoy it? Like my body, my mind is deteriorated, whatever. So you have a primary project and you're just focusing on that for now. So
you're still here. Yeah.
So much, Jordan.
And hopelessness is, unfortunately or fortunately, a valid part of the human experience that is hard to sit in, but it is a part of growing up. It's a part of this is feeling, oh fuck, I can feel this. And if you just hang in there, it will just become a part of like the tapestry of your life, man. So yeah, please do. And to anyone feeling hopelessness out there, like, man, our hearts go out to you. We have felt it. I'm afraid, but I might feel it again at some point. And like, I love you. Keep going. You're not a fucking lone.
Yo, can I say, read, it's kind of reading something. It's a bit lengthy, but it's right up the alley of what was just said. All right. And, take everything with a grain of salt, guys. The voice in your head, it's not you. Most people completely identify with the voice of their mind. This creates huge amounts of unnecessary suffering. Virtually all negative feelings are rooted in this misidentification. Our minds have been conditioned to just talk nonstop, endless commentaries, judgments, labels, regrets, worries, etc. etc. When you think you are the voice and believe everything it says, your whole lived experience is dictated by it. You become its prisoner, and it is often merciless. When your sense of self is infused with thought, then whatever it says becomes your lived reality. There's no space between self and thought. You just unconsciously energize and perpetuate whatever thoughts come into your mind, good or bad. But the thing is, you are not your thoughts. You are not the voice of the mind. You are the one who hears the voice. You are the awareness in which the thoughts appear. You are the sky and your thoughts are the weather. When your sense of self withdraws from the endless inner monologue of your mind, thoughts become something that you simply observe. They come and go. They have no power over you. You can even create periods of inner silence. So learn to observe your thoughts without identification. Learn to simply watch the thinker. All right. So ultimately it goes on more, but sometimes we're in those moments of despair and we can repeat that stuff to us and say, yo, you're failing. You're dibba. You don't have to listen to all that noise. You can just, be detached from it and work on those things that you are planning for yourself. Do not believe everything that your mind has to say, because like they say, the mind can play tricks on you. And sometimes that inner monologue can be an enemy. So I just encourage people not to stay too focused on any negative speech. Even if you slip into negative speech, just know you don't have to abide by it. So, yeah, I just want to put that there for you.
That's nice,
Jason.
Dan. Yeah. That's really nice. I was just taking that in for myself. Like,
Same. Yeah, Lindsey, you don't have to believe the thoughts when they say Devon's a fucking douchebag, right? Right?
You know what about when the evidence shows up right in front of my face?
Love you guys. Love our fans.
Love you
so much.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for submitting your voices. Daniel, thank you for, in the most Daniel passive-aggressive way possible, getting
Bringing
Lindsey and
us
I
back together.
I'm glad you guys got over it. I love to see you guys love each other. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's better.
Dan goes, stop hitting me up outside of the group chat.
I'm getting too many messages.
Both of you are fucking annoying me. Talk to each other.
Jesus, just call her and say, just call him. But hey.
So funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, love you guys. The journey continues. Oh,
journey continues.
This will be dropping next week. Listeners at home, Rust comes out on Friday, May 2nd. It'll be available on video on demand and in some select theaters. If you want to go see me as a dirty cowboy and check out this gnarly film and final phase in this process of life that was the making of Rust, it's going to be available on Friday. Thanks to everyone who tuned into the Rachel Mason episode. Love you guys. Smash follow. Give us some comments. Let us know your thoughts in the comments.
Hit that bell notification.
Oh yeah, hit the notification bell.
Is Lindsey right? Am I a douchebag? The answer is yes.
Lindsey's always
you
right.
just wanted to keep this beef going. Wow.
I'm never letting it go.
I'm gonna send you a vial of my urine.
Nice.
Anyway, nice to see you guys. At least with the anthrax. Okay.
We gotta open a
Get the
YouTube shop.
anthrax on YouTube. Cut that out.
Oh shit.
Good lord.
Bye guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Peace.